What's your pain robbing you of?
Life.
Besides life, yes. And that, okay, and your health. Because what happens, people go, I can't spend time with my family. I'm sick of being a burden to everybody else. I don't like to look for the last parking space and see if someone took the handicap parking before I did. Okay? People, go in to do your grocery shopping for you, your laundry for you. Okay? It robs you. You can't go for your trips like you want to go away. You can't hold your bags the way you want to go. Okay? It robs people of their life. It also, guess what it does to your emotions? When people are in pain, usually they nicer or they get a little aggravated.
They get worse.
It gets depressed. And when people are in pain, they get moody. They get cranky. They get nasty. When you're in pain, it actually changes your physiology. When you're in pain, it changes actually the person who you are. It's called redirected anger. You're yelling at someone about the orange juice, but you're just mad because you can't walk and go get it or it hurts. Ask yourself, when you're in pain, do you think your blood pressure goes up or down? Okay. So, right, above your kidneys, you have something called adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands produce something called adrenaline. When you're in pain, your blood pressure goes up. When you're in pain, it produces a chemical called cortisol, which hangs out with a guy named cholesterol. So you telling me, Dr. Kaner, when I'm in pain, my blood pressure goes up and I have higher chance of cholesterol problems? The answer is yes and yes, you do. And the problem with blood pressure medication in this country, and a lot of drugs in this country, it was never meant to be taken long term. Get that? Drugs in this country were never meant to be taken long term, and as opposed to your doctor telling you, let's start you to exercise, eat right, get you healthier so we can reduce the amount of blood pressure medication you're on, it's important. Why? Because for people with blood pressure problems, they don't die of heart problems. The majority of them die of some type of kidney problem. And if any of you have gone through any family members that are on dialysis, it's awful.
Here he is.
Okay, so are we on the right track? The answer is no. So, just with a show of hands, again, show me again how many people here have the neck pain. Okay. How many people here have some shoulder problems? Okay. A lot. It's always interesting with the shoulder problems because they're always going like this.
Oh, yes.
They're not going there. Okay. Anybody here get the neck problem or any tingling and numbness in your hand? Leo? Right? Sharp shooting, spastic tingling, numbing.
Yes.
Loss of grip strength, difficulty opening up a jar or a bag, holding on to something.
All the above.
Okay. Anybody here get the pain between the shoulder blades?
Yes.
Lower back pain? Okay, more than half the room. Anybody here get the pain that goes into the butt, down the legs, into the toes? Tingling, numbness? Yes. And give me femur head, hip problems. Hips?
Yes.
Okay. And the knees?
Yeah.
Knees. Okay, a lot of knees. Okay. So ask yourself, the reason I do that is for two reasons. Number one, it gives me an indication of what I need to spend time on. Number two, it gives you an idea as that you looked around how many other people have that problem. And I want you to realize this, is that it's common to have those symptoms, but it's not normal. I'll say it again. It's common to have those symptoms. It's not normal. Okay? So, some of the things I want to ask you this is, what are some of the, if some of you have lower back pain, some of the things you want to look at is your problems coming from a nerve, a muscle, or a disc problem. Okay? The reason I'm going to go over this in 5 minutes is this reason. Your doctors can't fix what they can't diagnose correctly. Just because you have pain, that doesn't mean that's the diagnosis. Pain is just a way of your body is telling you there's something wrong. And I know you're sick of it. I'm going to get to that. But realize, your body tells you when you're hungry. Your body tells you when you're thirsty. Your body tells you when you're in pain. It's like your alarm clock going off telling you there's something wrong. And growing up, you should not just, and some of you should not just be taking pain medication to shut the pain down because it causes other side effects. Taking pain medication, taking a muscle relaxer does not fix the underlying fundamental cause of the problem. If anything, it covers up the symptom why your condition gets worse. And for those of you who are taking a muscle relaxer for your hip, your neck, your back, or anywhere else, what do you think? What's the most important muscle you have in your body? Your heart. Do you think that muscle relaxer just goes where the spasm is, or does it go to all the other organs? It goes to all of them. You can go across. Dan?
I thought you can't dance.
So the first question is you're going to go to your doctor and find out what's causing my problem. And there's different ways to figure that out, whether it's with CAT scans, MRIs, X-rays, blood work, nerve conduction tests where you have tingling and numbness. Because again, doctors can't treat what they can't diagnose. And for some of you go, I know what my problem is. It's arthritis. I know my problem is. It's a supraspinatus. It's a rotator cuff. It's my labral tear. It's my meniscus. It's arthritis. It's degeneration. You know what the problem is, but they haven't fixed it. So the second part of this talk is to tell you why you might have to change what you're doing to fix the problem, because what you're doing isn't working. So, some doctors do a history and you're supposed to do an exam. But I know for some of you, your doctors are spending about 6 minutes with you. And that includes you walking in the door. Because I know, because you have patients that come to us and go, my doctor didn't even turn around a room. My doctor did not even ask me all those questions that they should have been asking. Okay. The other thing is, have they done X-rays? Have they done lab tests? And they have done MRIs? And if you can read up here, it says MRIs can be misleading. How many people had MRIs here? Okay. Has anybody seen that show on TV? Inside Edition? You seen Inside Edition? Okay, so what other shows are like that, Doc? Dateline 2020? Everybody familiar with one of those shows? Okay, so I'm going to give you behind the scenes doctor stuff that goes on. The real Inside Edition. So, before I get into neck pain and back pain, I'm going to explain to you this. Okay? For the majority of you, for you to feel any pain that you're feeling, it means something's hitting a nerve. So to start off with. If you have neck pain, if you have mid-back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, it means something's hitting a nerve. Why? Because only a nerve carries a pain receptor. Only nerves carry a pain receptor. So the question is what's hitting that nerve? Is it a muscle? Is it a bone? Is it a disc? Is it a tear? Is it two bones coming through the tunnel, hitting the median nerve called the carpal tunnel? What's hitting the nerve? There are different things that can hit a nerve. For example, if you have headaches or neck pain, something's hitting the nerve in here, and if you pinch a nerve in your neck, it can cause you to have headaches. If you pinch a nerve in your neck, it can go into your shoulder. If you pinch a nerve in your neck, it can go into your elbow or into your hand. And you can have a double crush syndrome where you have a pinched nerve in your neck and in your hand. And sometimes they'll do that carpal tunnel surgery, they'll cut it, and the patients will go, it didn't fix it. I still have it. Why? It's because the nerve is pinched two areas. If you pinch a nerve in your lower back, also the biggest nerve in your lower back is called your sciatic nerve, which goes into your butt, down your hamstring, into your calf, and into your toes.